who is Natalie MacLachlan?
Sure. Yeah, thank you. So I was born and raised here in Idaho. I was born on the northwest side of town, District 15. So I'm a lifelong Idahoan and I'm a teacher. I bought my first home here in the southwest part of town 7 years ago. And that's what sort of made me want to run for office is just watching housing kind of get insane and then education in particular in the over the last two sessions, watching public education sort of become public enemy number one was what sort of pushed me over the edge and decide I'm going to do more than just complain about it and get involved and get myself in the race. So I'm really passionate about education, but also housing goes right along with that. Our families who are really struggling, and then these kids as they grow. If young adults are struggling to find a place to live, how are these kids going to find a place to live once they graduate from high school and things like that? So I guess I jumped right into the politics of it all, but yeah, I'm an educator. I teach theater and art, so I love the arts. I'm very passionate about the arts and our arts scene here in Boise. Really connected and involved with a lot of different groups and love the passion that our patrons have for the arts here as well. And my family all live and work here in Idaho as well. My mom's a small business owner, so I'm very sensitive to that in my political endeavors as well. And just really catering to everyday Idahoans because that's what I am and my whole family is. So.
And, going off of that, you kind of expressed that education, housing, those are two things that you definitely would have at the forefront of your legislative career if you were elected. If you had to pick, one more, so you'd have to say top three priorities, what would those top three be?
So growth paying for itself, which kind of couples with the housing issue, but locals again, that marries right into education. So many of our everyday issues really are related. And that's why it's a shame that our legislature isn't focusing on the everyday issues and more the larger, more divisive issues. But as this growth is happening, our house valuations are increasing, which means our property taxes are increasing, which means that people are less likely to pass bonds and levies for schools. But we need more schools because we have more people coming in. And so it's really a multifaceted issue where they're all sort of one issue, but we need to break them down and assess all the different angles that we need to be problem solving from. And so I absolutely think that property taxes and growth paying for itself, developers investing in communities, that's really important to me, along with the housing issue, creating more affordable housing, funding our housing trust fund, things like that. And then, of course, education and infrastructure also gets folded in there with the impact fees. We've got I lived in California for a brief period of time and certainly don't want to be sitting in that kind of traffic in Idaho. So, and then broadband is a huge part of infrastructure that we experienced during COVID, trying to get all of our students on devices and with internet out in my district in particular is kind of the edge of town. It's the edge of unincorporated Ada County, Boise, Meridian, and Kuna all come together here in District 22. So it's arguably one of the fastest growing districts in the nation because the growth is all happening here and then out towards like Star. And so making sure that we have good quality infrastructure and broadband, transportation options for our folks who can't drive. I've talked to so many different people, whether they're elderly folks who can't drive anymore or folks with disabilities or formerly incarcerated. There's so many reasons for public transportation other than just the environment. But of course, that is at the fore as well. So housing, infrastructure, education, making Idaho more livable for everyday Idahoans is really what I'm passionate about.
And with you being having an educational background, how would that influence, policy decisions or legislation that you would bring forward? Is that something that you already have like specific ideas that you think would be a benefit, or is it something that you feel like kind of would be a big picture thing that would guide your actions?
I think right now it's a very big picture approach. We need to start with just ending the attacks on public education. Public education is constitutionally required, and it's the great equalizer. We are providing every societal need for every family, and we're required to do so. And so the first priority is reminding everybody of that and bringing everybody to the table and saying, this is one of our greatest assets, and we need to be investing in it and bringing everybody's heads together at the table, not becoming further divided about the issue. If there are concerns, and there are, we need to get involved in them, invested in them, not get everybody foaming at the mouth and walk away in a huff. And so I think that would be the priority, is sort of bringing that teacher perspective, having some more educator perspective. That's what we model in our classrooms. We have to teach kids how to approach problems in a problem solving manner, and how to be diplomatic, and how to collaborate, and get through the learning pit, as we call it. And we are definitely in a pit right now with Idaho politics, and we need more folks who can come with sort of a level head and a moderate position, and sort of help bring us through the strain of it all and into some actual problem solving. So obviously there are more specific nuanced things, but again, I would really want to hear the other voices at the table and make sure that the approaches that I am looking the most into are the approaches that are going to be most helpful for the most people, and that are going to be palatable for people. Again, we don't need to come in and create more chaos, but we need to start meeting each other where we're at, and seeing how we can move forward in valuing education and valuing our kids, because they're the future of Idaho and of this country. So investing in them with our efforts, but also financially, needs to be our number one priority.
And kind of going off of that, where do you see improvements need to be taken in the legislature? And, alternatively, what have you seen that you're kind of like, yes, I think that was a great job done, So what pits and peaks do you see right now in our Idaho legislature?
Sure. Yeah. Great question. I do think that we saw record investment in education this year. So I'm grateful for that. It's still not enough. We're still coming in last in the nation, 51st out of 50 states. So that's a peak in that we're understanding that it needs to be done. I would say one of the primary issues is part of being fiscally conservative is making wise investments. And when we're touting a $2 billion surplus, but have the least funded education in the country, as well as infrastructure that's well below the norm across the country, and a housing crisis that, again, we're seeing in other parts of the nation, but it's our duty to handle what's happening here at home. And so I really think that moving beyond this veneer of fiscal responsibility by having big general funds full of savings, it's not fiscally responsible to be upside down on your mortgage and have a fat savings account. So we need to start using some of that money to invest in some of these services and agencies and industries in our own state that are really, really facing some huge loss right now because of the growth. We were doing great. Idaho's historically a little bit behind the times, and I think we're just stuck there. We're thinking, hey, we're doing good. And this legislative session, we did do better than last year as far as investing in education, bringing education to the conversation. But it's still behind where we need to be and where everybody else is. So, but I have been really grateful for the conversations about housing, the conversations about education. I think that the tax conversation got interesting this year. Of course, everybody's, pro decreasing taxes. The grocery tax issue is great. I don't think it's the answer. Property taxes, by and large, are the most equitable and urgent solution that we need to look into right now, because people are being taxed out of their homes who are on fixed incomes and whatnot. So I think we started down some interesting roads, but we didn't quite make it to where we needed to go. And income tax cuts are not the answer right now, particularly when they're very lopsided. But I'm grateful the conversations came up. The session before last was when I decided to run for office, and it was an appalling legislative session where taxation wasn't even brought up until the last 2 weeks. And then there were no last 2 weeks because it was the longest session in our state's history, and less got done than in a normal year, so there were some peaks this year. There was some bipartisan efforts this year. And I think just keeping the focus on where we still need to go is how we're going to get there. We can celebrate those small wins, but I don't think we can get distracted by them, because then we think we've done enough and we fall behind again. And the way that Idaho is going to move forward is by continuing to try and get to where we need to be, and maybe someday even lead in some of these areas. We love to lead on, most livable, fastest growing, all these certain labels that are nice to achieve, but wouldn't it be nice if there were even more of them, and we were the best education in the state and the most affordable housing in the state, and some other really meaningful goals as well. So that's what I would like to see.
And, going off of that too, you are going up against some incumbents, some people who have been in office, and that's a hard feat for anyone, including, being a Democrat. What do you think you bring to the table, and what do you think sets you apart from them?
Yeah, thank you. First and foremost, I could answer this question directly regarding each of them a little bit differently, but I think it's really important that I'm an Idahoan. I am a lifelong Idahoan. I've loved this state. As a Democratic candidate, I could leave if I wasn't happy here. And my point is that I am happy here. I love Idaho. I still cherish this place and think we're doing a lot of things right. And I'd like to see us refocus on the areas that we can improve. I think bringing a fresh and new perspective, not being a long-time politician with relatives who are also politicians in the same legislative bodies, means that I don't have that sort of glossed over, I know how to play the game. I don't. I'm coming in as an educator, an Idahoan, a homeowner, a taxpayer. And those are the voices that I think we need at the table. Our job is to represent real people, not to become politicians. And right now I'm a real person. And someday if I'm become too politician-y, I hope that I'll call it a day and make space for somebody else, because I really think I'm young, I'm a woman, I am an educator, and I think that diversity of perspective is really important and really valuable in our representative bodies. So I think a lot of people are aware of that. As I've been talking to voters, we need people who have family members in the school system right now, who have recently bought a home, who I understand the current economy in a different way than somebody who's generally set and been being a legislator for quite some time, or their own several small businesses and whatnot. So I think that that's a unique perspective and a fresh perspective that's really important and timely.
And plus, with that, I wanted to ask, you kind of touched on it, was that you are someone that you feel like could represent kind of this current idea. How do you feel like you could represent your district as it stands, and then with the growth where it's going?
Mm-hmm. That's a great question. I am knocking on doors. I'm doing the work. I'm meeting people again as an educator and as a theater artist. When I was younger, that's something I really value. I value people and their individual perspectives. I value connections and conversations. And I think that that's indicative of representation. So it would absolutely be, it might sound a little pie in the sky to some people, but it would absolutely be my goal to continue to be in contact with my constituents, should I get the honor to serve them, having open lines of communications, making sure I'm knocking doors every summer when I'm not teaching, I'm taking notes of people who are engaged in specific things. And when a certain issue comes up, I can go call so and so and say, hey, I remember you're really involved in this. What's your thought? I think collaboration is key. And again, as an educator, it's not impossible to do. We collaborate across the district, we collaborate across the state. I teach 6 different hours of 40 different kids. So being in contact with many people all the time is not something that I'm afraid of. And I think it's something that we need more of and would help me to represent my district more authentically, because it is growing and I don't know what that growth necessarily consists of, but having that open line of communication is the only way. And then also just having the best for Idaho in mind. I was born and raised here. I love this place. My family all live and work here. I believe that I can make good decisions on behalf of Idahoans when it comes to things like we don't want to sit in traffic forever. And we don't want to lose our public lands because it's what makes this state so special and beautiful. There are certain things like that that are just Idaho values that I do absolutely hold and feel that I can represent, myself being an Idahoan. So,
Is there anything that I didn't ask that you want to make sure I know and also your future potential constituents know about you? Is there anything that you feel like you didn't get to say or you want to make sure that they understand?
I don't think so. I think you asked really good questions. I think we talked about most of the issues. I will say, small business and the economy, that's been a really big one that's been difficult and again is really multifaceted, but I've been having some great conversations at the door and with my mother and my own partner being small business owners. It's, I have thoughts and perspectives that I really think we're undergoing a major culture shift across this country right now. And in Idaho, it's hitting home because it's very different from the rural farm state that we used to be. And so I'm really passionate about trying to help ease this state forward and help us recognize, why aren't people working? They're not collecting welfare. Our unemployment rates are very low. Maybe they're all working remotely. Even that, I'm not sure. I think we have a whole generation of people who are just not entering the workforce until much later, because we have a really fortunate generation before them who are able to support their kids into their 20s and they're living at home and they're going to college and they're not even working because they don't need to. And that's a really big loss to the business community, because we're used to having 14 and 15-year-olds coming to work and excited and eager to get their $7 an hour, or even now people are raising it to $15 an hour and still going, I can't get anyone. And I really want to acknowledge that. And it's a really difficult space that we're in as a country and as a state. And I think it's gonna take digging deeper. We can't rely on our old rote partisan explanations for things anymore. It's a different world. And that's why I decided to run for office, because I was sensing that. And I'm a part of that same generation that just has a very different perspective and worldview and needs. And we're going to need to bring that to the table and also help bring the business community to the table and bridge that gap in a way that is going to benefit everybody as best we can. And so, but by and large, I support small business owners over large corporations who profit, significantly. I cherish them. I think they're what makes this state run. And so I think we should absolutely be looking for ways to decrease our overhead for small business owners, in particular, their property taxes, things like that, so that then they can invest in their workers. And I know many of them are increasing their wages, and that's still not the answer. So by invest, I mean good healthcare options, good benefits, meaningful actions on behalf of their small businesses that people feel they can buy into and want to participate in. That's a lot to ask of someone who's just trying to run their business. And so we need to have their backs so that then they can have ours. So that's something I've been really excited to be digging into with voters and my own family, and just trying to engage in, because it's really important. So